So the last thing is we have this reflective side, and that's to teach kids perspective taking. So far we've got distinction making, recognizing relationships, systems thinking, part whole, and then this last one is perspective. And so the reason they have this reflective surface is when you look in here you can see other ideas. So you can take the perspective of people, objects, ideas on other things. And one example of that is classic. And I can't do it on my lap, but I'll just walk you through it. My fourth grader was studying the Civil War. And so I took 2 large blocks and I said, this is the Civil War, right? And so she had 2 blocks looking at the Civil War. And I labeled this one north and this one south. And I said, tell me what the Civil War is from the northern perspective. And so she gave me the standard answer to the Civil War from the northern perspective. And then I said, okay, well, tell me the Civil War from the southern perspective. And so she, went from this block and she said, oh, well, then it becomes the war of northern aggression. And then she stopped and she said, oh, wait a minute. She said, how is that possible? I'm looking at the same thing, but it means 2 different things depending on which one I'm looking from. And so what she now gets is that our definitions are very much embedded in the perspective that we're taking on that object. So she's learned now how to take perspective, not just of people and other living things, but ideas or concepts. So now she's challenging assumptions as she goes through school about how things are defined, and she's learning to check and see, well, what is the role that the perspective is taking on definitions. Well, think about how that's going to fare for her as she studies history and civil rights and sociology and all of these things. So that's the 4th thinking skill.